Yo, yo, yo. Damn, Brady sticking out. Shit. Give people some time to tap in. A lot going on. Oh, yeah. Tribe jerseys. Bossed up. The front. You see that? Say Tribe Gang. 83. Mm. But yeah, listen. Boosie once again. Gotta always come through. You got probation, 3 years, 50K fine, 300 community hours. You know what I mean? Boosie done papers before, so I think he can knock this out. I don't think he'll have any problems. You know what I mean? Especially once he find out who his PO is. I'm pretty sure they'll come to some type of good understanding. Uh, Today is my pop's birthday. You know what I mean? So I want to say shout out to the big tribe, OG tribe. You know what I'm saying? My pops, happy birthday. Love you. You know what I mean? Hope you win some major when you get a number. Um, Everybody know what's really buzzing on the net right now. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna really be too long winded on the situation as far as how everybody seen the viral video of the Renee Gooden. You know what I mean? A lot of feelings. You know what I mean? Up and down, in between. You know what I mean? As far as they view and you know what I mean? I'm the type of person, you know what I mean? I'm not a YouTuber, blogger, whatever you want to label, you know what I mean? Whatever title you want to give me. You know what I mean? Soon as stuff hit the net, I don't always jump on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type, I really let it play out. You know what I mean? I'm eating regardless. So I really let it play out. Instead of jumping on it, and then a lot of them don't even go back when they jump on it and correct that they put out misinformation. You know what I mean? So I really let it play out. And they don't put out about like 400 different angles of the Renee Gooden shooting as far as that happened with the ICE agents or whatever. So now that they're putting more and more different angles and views and all of that, you know what I mean, and the public and the world and everybody really get to see and give their point of view like, okay, dang, I didn't see it from this way. Oh, dang, I didn't know, whoop de whoop de whoop, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you hitting that like button, hitting that like button. Hey, what's up, family? What it do? Salute. We talking about the ICE situation with Renee Gooden and everybody views and you know what I mean, their opinions on it. You know what I mean? Thanks y'all for hitting that like button. But now that they dropping more footage and different angles of the shooting, now everybody is slowly putting together their views and thoughts and opinions and all of that too. You know what I mean? What's up? We will tap in. Thank you. But now everybody really putting their views like, dang, I never seen it from this angle before. Dang, I didn't know that she might have done this or that, dang, I didn't know that Ice might have done that. So now Nathan, God bless you, man. Hey, man, thank you, man. Salute you. I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel, man. Tap in. Go to my YouTube post, man. Check for updates. And I got merch, you know what I mean? I always stay dropping something. I just dropped my black jerseys this month, Tribe Game. Bossed up, Tribe Game with the dollar sign on it. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. But yeah, they dropping different angles. Now everybody really is like, man, you know what I mean? It's mixed emotions, you know what I mean? So me, you know what I mean? I really don't want to get all to the politic of it and speak too crazy of it, but I just wish that it just all could have been avoided by just when you seen them hop out. I know they was looking like the cartel, you know what I mean? That'd kind of spook anybody at first, but I done been in her situation before as far as that happened to me, you know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta like tell yourself, okay, they hopped out on me, they got me, you know what I mean? And if they say freeze or don't move, even if you got a seatbelt on, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let them take it off. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna rev the gas. I'm not gonna do anything to provoke anything to lead the situation, especially if I'm not by myself, you know what I mean? And I got people around me in the car, whatever situation. But, you know, sometimes you just wish that before we seen what happened, that it all just could have been avoided by simply just either getting out the car, letting the window down, or Nathan, are you American? I'm Filipino. Yeah, I'm American. Yup, sure is. I'm from Florida and I'm from between Florida and Ohio. All that. Yeah, I claim that. But sometimes you just wish people hit that like button while y'all all in here. We got a crowd in here. Everybody show love. Hit that like button. But sometimes you just wish instead of revving the gas and sometimes going to get certain things because we strong on morals and views that she just would have either got out the car and then, you know, took the L for whatever happened. You know what I mean? Instead of it leading to where it led to. And then now look, everybody is watching how I seen on YouTube of a sad situation that should have not really played out like that. You know what I mean? But it's like, man, you know, we can't stop stuff. You know what I mean? We can only just voice our, I appreciate you, dog. Said nice, appreciate you. So I watched the video from all angles. Like I said, I'm the type I wait. I really like gather, I smoke on it, you know what I mean, ponder on it and be like, okay, now let me, you know, chat on it and jump out there and see what the chat feeling like. But um it just you just wish it just was a situation that the moment they jumped out, and I done been in that situation, you know what I mean? Like if you've been into the street life or whatever type of environment, or you just had a warrant, even if it wasn't a felony warrant, and they just jump out on you, you like, oh man, they got me coming out my job. A lot of us has already been in that situation. Tata plays. What's up? What it do? Hit that like button. I appreciate you tapping in. We talking about the ICE situation with Renee Gooden and all of that. But a lot of us done been in situations where we don't have either a court warrant or a probation warrant or whatever, and you know, even if you still going to work, you like, I ain't finna stop going to work or whatever it is you do, busting plays or whatever, you still gonna do you. And sometimes unmarked cars is capable to jump out on you in traffic, and you either got an option where you're gonna buck or you're gonna be like, damn, they got me. You know what I mean? But if you ain't holding, toting, and you ain't got no pounds or nothing on you, you like, all right, they got me surrounded. I ain't finna make it worse by ramming cars and all that. I'ma just go on and tap out. You know what I mean? I need to go to church. God bless you, man. May God bless you and give you hope and nice meeting you. I will watch your live later. I need to go to church. Bye. Dang, I appreciate you. Salute. I appreciate you hitting the like button too and subscribe to the channel. Tribe. Set your notification. You know what I mean? Go to my YouTube post. Check for updates. Appreciate you. But I done been in that situation, man. You know what I mean? I started having those type similar situations when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. My mama didn't even know why the police coming to raid the house because I got shit going on. You know what I mean? She just letting them in at will. They coming through searching, they ain't never found nothing. You know what I mean? And end up leaving. You know what I mean? So, and I've been in situations where I done got surrounded by the laws. I appreciate y'all hitting that like button. And sometimes when they got you, some people say, nah, man, I don't believe in if they got me. I'm gonna make a way, even if I turn into Spider-Man and fly over the cars. You know what I mean? Some imaginary shit. But sometimes you just gotta know, like, okay, I'm not in here by myself. I don't want to put nobody at risk. Nowadays, they aching to squeeze that thing. So let me go ahead and just really see how deep this shit is. You know what I mean? You know, and then when you don't think like that, it leads and turns to disaster. And now you got so many opinions and views and everybody seeing it from certain angles and all of that, you know what I mean? But you got to remember, cameras is cool to a certain degree because cameras is just for you to be able to observe and man, you know what I mean, and pick your poise as far as on your views and how you feel about certain things, you know what I mean? But when it's going on in reality, it's not going in the same speed as what we're seeing on footage, you know what I mean? When you in the heat of the moment, you know what I mean? The camera just are slowing things down, allowing us as viewers to really sit back and be like, oh dang, okay, so she might have did try to take off with the car and hit the ICE agent or whatever, whoop de whoop de woo, or oh man, the ICE agent he up the blick and fire, you know what I mean, or whatever, you feel me? So um I don't know, man. Like I said, I observed it. You know what I mean? I didn't hop on the situation right away. You know what I mean? I'm the type I let stuff play out. You know what I mean? I'll smoke on it, and then I'll go in and speak my 1-2 about it. But like I said, it ain't really so much as about what happened, about who was wrong or who was right. It's more so about um the moment they hop out on you like that, and you know you got kids in the car, or even if you got your significant other, you know what I mean, and they got you surrounded, and they already look like the cartel. You feel me, masked up. You gotta know when to be like, okay, I ain't really finna really let me, comply. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to put nobody else at risk. And sometimes, certain people just not built for heat of the moment situations. I'm not saying her, but just as far as thinking wise, nah, this ain't the time. It's kind of like you catching somebody slipping, and then it's so public that it's like, you tell yourself like, I could do it, but it ain't worth it right now. You know what I mean? So we just gotta know as people, like, sometimes we don't want to face what's right is right. Sometimes we don't want to face what's wrong is wrong. But you gotta be real and hold yourself accountable and keep it real and say, dang, I done seen the footage now from 50 different angles. I don't know how many, and I smoke a lot of Marley, you feel me? So, and not in a disrespectful way. We talking about, you know what I mean, but peace pipe. But it's like I done seen it from all different angles. I didn't jump on the story right away like a lot of them bloggers. They jump on it right there. They did this person, and they just for views and clicks and all that shit and peaks and all of that. Like, no, I really analyze it. You know what I mean? And then, like I say, if I ain't on here, I got shit going. Like, I'm creating motion because I want this year to be way bigger than last year. You feel me? Subscribers, views, lifestyle changes, and growth, and just everything, mental health, whole 9 yards of life itself, a cycle of life. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's just a sad situation as far as what's going on, not just with her, but just worldwide, as far as how people really got their views on far as how the Green Beret boys or whatever, you know what I mean, is going around, and they feel like some terrorized, some people don't feel like they not, you know what I mean, some people being mistaken, being other nationalities, and you know what I mean, all type of shit in the air, you know what I mean. So it's like I had a live about 5, 6 lives ago where, because sometimes people don't catch on to your lingo and the grapes you're trying to give them. You know what I mean? Until time go on and they look back and be like, I never understood what tribe mean when he say we are in the field. Like when you wake up, even in your crib, like when you go to your crib, like time's so crazy. You don't know if somebody gonna try to come in there and flock you or lick you or whatever you have, you know what I mean? Like, so you always in the field when you wake up and go to work, to go to the bus, car, or Uber, or whatever it is, you in the field. You don't know if this Uber driver might flip and then just put the child lock on the doors and try to take you somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you always gotta be on your P's and Q's. You can't always be in your phone loafing. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like you gotta stay on your P's and Q's. You know what I mean? Your parental. You feel me? You know what I mean? You just can't be always do, and you know what I mean. Now I'm innocent. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot of people in graveyards who's innocent too. You know what I mean? So um, the best thing to do, man, is like if you got kids or anybody you truly love, man, and you in a situation like that, man, that's when you really should define what's on the back of this jersey, this tribe gang jersey. That's when you definitely should stand by and live up to this word right here. If you got kids in the car or anybody you truly love, your mama, this right here is what you should live up to. Boss up. Tell yourself, I'm not even gonna put nobody in the car, no horn. They ready to send my ass to Ray's Boom Boom Room or like the Life movie. So it's like I'm gonna go and comply. You feel me? I'm gonna take this L this time because you know what I mean. I just ain't trying to turn this into something that it don't gotta be. And that's how before we even debate on who was right or wrong, that all could have been avoided by just simply like applying and take the L and whatever comes with it comes with it. You know what I mean? But um, that's my thoughts on it. I ain't gonna be too long on it. Like I say, if anybody who know the story about, it's all over YouTube. Renee Gooden, I think she's from Minnesota. You know what I mean? The little situation with the little ICE agents. You know what I mean? A lot of people got strong views and really voicing their opinions and feeling like they was wrong and they shouldn't have did that. And but it's like, look, it is stuff that they call the word protocol that like at the end of the day, man, whether we all disagree to don't agree, everybody want to get back to the crib. You know what I mean? And some people, some women actually tell their man who's in the law field or anything dealing with law enforcement or whatever that basically in so many words, you do what you got to do to make it back. And if you can't read between the lines of that, then you might need to go to the library and start studying the dictionary as far as on words and shit and what means what. But just as well as you got women telling they dudes who might have been really the ones holding the fort down, and they might have been the ones able to chill at the crib who get jammed up, and they coach them and tell them like, look, we want you back home. You need to tell on Gregory or something. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody don't hold it. They hold ourselves to the same standards as far as oaths of life and views and codes and shit you stand on. You know what I mean? Some people feel like, look, I'm the laws, and if you make me feel threatened, I'm blowing your ass down. The same code that dudes slide through the trenches looking for ops stand on. If you catch anybody loafing, be blowing their ass down. So, like I say, to avoid a situation, you know what I mean? If you want to go out in a blaze of glory and you solo on the whip, that's on you. You want to be set it off Queen Latifah, you know what I mean? So go ahead, live it on up, you know what I mean? But if you got people in the car and you really love them and know they got you, go ahead, man, before it turns into something ain't even more worse. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I ain't gonna be long winded on it. For those who just met me today, like, comment, subscribe, Try Game TV. You know what I mean? I'm on Instagram as G Rio Benji, Facebook G Rio Benji. Once again, today is my pop's birthday. Happy birthday, pops! You know what I mean? Big OG. Um, I'm gonna give y'all a little something about my pops right quick. Look, it's his birthday today, so before I come down, like I'm still in the field. You know what I mean? I ain't never left, but I ain't really playing it hard as I used to. You know what I mean? But I ain't never left. You know what I mean? But when I was really, really, really in the field, man, you know what I mean? Don't have people. Some people don't have relationships with their father like how I have with mine. Like my pops and me, we've been through a lot. Like besides my heavenly father, like as far as my adult 18 and up, this is someone who, like, we really know each other. We've been through everything. You know what I mean? I mean, like real mob type shit. You know what I mean? Like I can, if I could give you a view of me and my father's relationship, go watch Godfather, Michael Corleone, his father. You know what I mean? He's like a concentrary strategist type shit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. That's me and his group, the Godfather. You know what I mean? Chapter two, one cool, all on cool, but basically when Michael took over type shit and his father was his country, just the whole feels. You know what I mean? So happy birthday to my OG. You know what I mean? Like I said, I hope you win $1 billion or something. And because he loved to play the numbers. And once again, salute Try Gang TV. I just want to tap in with y'all, get y'all thoughts on Boosie getting probation for 3 years, 50K fine. You know what I mean? And once again, God always just, have his hands on Boosie. This dude don't be cancer, death row, murders, um, anything that's bad that could come with life. You know what I mean? Losing love, anything. You know what I mean? Him getting shot himself, everything that comes with life, he has been through. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? A lot of stuff is a wake up call. And sometimes your wake up call don't always got to be to a graveyard. Sometimes chances can be given. You know what I mean? And if you need any more of the example of chances can be given, and you somebody who's strong on looking for influence from the industry and all that shit, just look at Boosie and be like, damn, yeah, yeah. You just go back, play your history back from 99 up to now. You feel me? 98 or some shit like that. He been around, been through it all. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see him get over that, and now he can move forward and really get that bag. You know what I mean? And me and him bump into each other. So once again, like, comment, subscribe. You know us, that tribal effect. You know what I mean? Testosterone booster, 2 capsules a day, 60 capsules in here, results in 7 days. You know what I mean? We all about that over here. Um, Tribe Game Mask, Shiesties. You know what I mean? Available. Shopify app, Tribe Culture TV 83. Tap in with y'all tomorrow. Gang.